How secure is your wallet? Explained with cash, your house, safes, and your kitchen table. Something fun for the summer. Maybe you have a hot wallet. They're easy, they're cheap, they run on your phone, they run on your computer. A hot wallet is like leaving your life savings outside of your house, tied to your letterbox with something like a bike lock. It's so convenient that folk walking down the street looking for money don't even need to knock on your door. They can just take what they like and not even bother you. Maybe you've got an older hardware wallet, one that just uses a general purpose microcontroller and really nothing much else. It just stores everything in there. So let's think about it like having a house where you've got your doors and your windows with locks. Has enough protection to keep most people out, and most of the time that's fine. Then when someone comes and knocks on the door, you go to your bedroom, you get out your entire life savings, you spread them out on the kitchen table, you count out the $100, give it to the person, pack up your life savings back in your mattress, and go on with your day. Maybe you have a dual chip hardware wallet, one that uses a general purpose microcontroller to do things like control the screen, the buttons, maybe the USB port, Bluetooth, other things like that, all very useful things. And rather though than store the private keys just on the microcontroller itself, it actually has a special chip on there to store them called a Secure Element. It's actually a lot like a safe. So if we go back to the image of our house and the general purpose microcontroller that we're imagining as our house, it has locks on the doors and windows, the kinds of things that would keep most people out. But because we're extra paranoid, our money doesn't just live under our mattress, it lives in a safe. So when someone comes and knocks on the door looking for $100, we go to our safe, we unlock the safe, we take out our entire life savings, we put them out on the kitchen table, we count out the $100, give it to the person, and then we pack up all our life savings, put them back in the safe, close the safe, and then we go on with our day. The other type of hardware wallet you might have is another type of dual chip hardware wallet, but this one is a little bit different. Just like the one we talked about before, it has a microcontroller to control things like the screen, the buttons, maybe USB ports, maybe Bluetooth, other nice things like that. But rather than just have a small safe in your house, you in fact have a vault. And when someone comes knocking at the door asking for $100, you go away, you open your vault, and then you count out your life savings in the vault. You then take the $100 with you out of the vault, you close the vault behind you, and then go and give the person their money, and you go about your day. Maybe your hardware wallet is a single chip, secure element only device. You no longer have a house with normal locking doors and windows, but all there is a giant reinforced vault. A person shows up at your door asking for $100, and after you've satisfied yourself with that request, you access the vault, you enter your PIN, and you request the funds. The funds come out. You inspect them carefully to make sure that it is the right amount, and you're giving it to the right person, and you give the person their funds, and off they go. You still wonder what goes on inside the vault, and you do hope that there is no secret key or backdoor into that vault. Maybe the hardware wallet you have is what is called a blind signer, which is very similar to the secure element-based device we just talked about, but except this time when someone shows up at your house requesting $100, you simply enter in your PIN and then walk away and trust that the person who came looking for money only took what they should take. You gave permission for them to access the vault, but you have absolutely no idea what they took. Maybe you have a stateless wallet. You show up to an empty house. There is no pile of cash under a mattress. There is no safe. All there is you and your giant duffel bag of cash. Someone shows up at the door requesting $100. You unload your duffel bag on the kitchen table. You count out the money. You hand it to the person and you wish them well. And you pile all your money back into your duffel bag and you walk away from the empty house without leaving any trace that you were ever there. And the last thing we'll talk about, just because it's strange, are things like BIP39 passphrases and maybe blind oracles and things like that. Regardless of whether your house is just an ordinary house with locks on the doors and windows representing a normal MCU-based hardware wallet, or maybe you have something a bit more elaborate with safes, or maybe your whole house is a fortress, it has a strange behavior where when someone knocks at the door looking for $100, when you go in search of your bed to look under your mattress, or you go in search of your safe, or any device that you have for dispensing your life savings, you just have to remember exactly how to find your way to that room. The endless labyrinth of hallways and corridors and doors is impossible to navigate because every single hallway looks the same. And only when you have remembered exactly the secret to find your way to your life savings do you stumble upon that room where you can look under the mattress, where you can open the safe, where you can collect your life savings, bring them out onto the kitchen table, count out the $100, hand it to the person, and then pack up your life savings and navigate your way back through the endless labyrinth of entropy to find the place to stash your life savings safe for another day. And if you have any questions, just leave a reply in the comments. I do my best to reply to all of them. Have a great summer. Thanks for watching. I hope that was helpful. Hit like if you think that other people would find this video useful, and hit subscribe if you'd like to be kept in the loop about future content I make that helps people stay safe in the crypto space and to recover if they get into trouble. If you have any questions about this video or a topic that you'd like me to cover, just leave a reply.